war over Taiwan, war across the Taiwan Strait would be absolutely calamitous for the world, for Taiwan, for China, for the United States, for everyone. So yes, I have worried about it, and I believe that it has to be a fundamental object of American policy to ensure that never happens, that we deter China and dissuade China from ever launching an aggressive war against Taiwan to try to take the island. And so we have methodically worked over the course of the past 3 years to make clear that we would like to see the maintenance of peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait, and that we do not want to see unilateral changes to the status quo from either side. And when we have seen the undermining of peace and stability and actions China has taken, we have taken responsive actions for our part, and we will continue to do that. So this remains a paramount priority of U.S. policy. The maintenance of peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait is essential to the maintenance of peace and stability in the world.
But when you look at Chinese military assets in the Western Pacific and in the theater where a conflict over Taiwan will be fought, China way surpasses the US. So my question is, this is kind of getting back to that old pivot question, which I know nobody likes. Does the US really need to ramp up its military presence in the Western Pacific and, around the South China Sea, etc., just to boost deterrence, to avoid that conflict that, as you say, would be a catastrophe for the world?
Well, if you actually look at what we've done with respect to our alliance system, our alliance infrastructure in the Indo-Pacific, we're not trying to create an Asian NATO. But what we have done is created links among our allies in a way that has not really been a historical feature of U.S. policy towards Asia. It's been very much a bilateral, alliance-driven mentality. Here, we are looking to strengthen the bilateral alliances, but also to strengthen the partnerships between allies. U.S., Japan, Korea, U.S., Japan, Philippines, U.S., Australia, UK, U.S., Australia, Japan, etc. That feature has a diplomatic component, it has a technology component, it has an economic component, and yes, Dimitri, it absolutely has a military capability component. So our presence and capabilities on Japan, our work through the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement with the Philippines, our work through the Camp David Trilat, the provision of nuclear submarines to Australia through AUKUS. The combination of these activities will have a material impact on the physical presence and distribution of force of the United States and our allies across the region, not to start a war, but to prevent a war. You're already seeing some of that. You'll see more of that in the years ahead, and I consider that, honestly, one of the great successes of this administration, and it is one that we can build strength from strength in the years ahead.